Hello, everyone. My name is Justin Patterson, and I'm joined by Terex Evanson, Eric Jensen, Cole Miller, and Renee Schmaltz. And this is our drainage case study number 2 solution presentation. So, to kick things off, I'll give you a quick introduction. So, we were assigned case study number 2. We'll go over the issues with the property. We will propose some solutions for the problem. I will give you a detailed overall cost analysis of each solution, plans for implementing each solution, and we'll also give you our recommendation for solving the problem. So the problem that is being represented in this case study is anoxia, which is caused from ice buildup on the greens throughout the winter. So what anoxia is the absence of oxygen. So a solid ice cover will effectively prevent the diffusion of gases between the atmosphere and the soil pores, causing it to choke out and die. So we feel maybe a few things that might have played into this could be the depression in the green, which is causing the water to pool. So you'll see that kind of right in this section. And then we also feel that it could possibly be collar dam as well, which is when you excessively top dress over time, and the buildup of the sand in the collars and surrounds will create a huge sloped area, and the collars will be above the green, which disallows the water to run off the surface. The first solution that my group and I propose is to possibly look into changing our winterization practices. So what you see here is the Incomat tarping system. So with that, you'll have your lay flat tubing. Then on top of that, you'll have your Incomat or bubble wrap. Both work just fine. And then on top of that, you'll have your impermeable tarp. And so what this system does is periodically throughout the winter, you will blow air into the lay flat tubing underneath the Incomat, which will blow the tarp up and allow for gas exchange to occur between your grass and the atmosphere. Here is the cost breakdown if you were to take that route. So we did the cost estimated to a 7,000 square foot green. So the materials, obviously you're going to have your Incomat, impermeable tarp, storage throughout the summer, your annual labor. Then obviously you'll need 3 backpack blowers, your poly tubing, tags for the labeling, just so you know when you bring it back out the following year, you know exactly how the tarp went on the green the year previous. With that, we also have an oxygen and CO2 sensor. So this would just give you a more accurate estimate of when it's time to blow the tarp up. And then next we have vapor barrier. So vapor barrier is installed in the areas where areas that are susceptible for water running under the tarp. So all the vapor barrier does is ensures that the water runs on top of the tarp instead of seeping underneath. And then obviously you'll have your metal stakes and tarp tabs. And so those are just to make sure that the tarp doesn't go anywhere throughout the winter if it's windy. And so the total costs that we ended up getting was $20,409. So obviously this price will fluctuate depending on your size of green. Okay, the long-term effects of solution 1. So this doesn't solve the full problem. Obviously you'll still have to do some work to either try to bring the grass back if possible or sod over it. However, it will improve the greens conditions in the springtime, and this is actually becoming the industry standard. So depending on the process of tarping, it will pretty much indefinitely mitigate the risk of ice buildup underneath the green. And this is also the least disruptive to play, as it doesn't require any renovating or construction around the site. So solution number 2 would be to remove the sod from the affected area of the green, and then obviously resodding the green afterwards. However, during the resodding process, you would reshape the green so that water can run off in the future. So that brings us to our third and final solution, which would be to remove collar dam, sod cut, and replace the damaged area on the green. And in doing this, we'd also grade the area away from the green and install a catch basin at the lowest point to ensure that our water movement is running off the green and it's draining properly as well. This is our cost and materials breakdown for solution number 3. So as you can see, we accounted for the sod for the greens, the sod for the rough. We have our sod cutter rental if we didn't have one on site already. We have our skid steer rental, catch basin. We have our estimated labor for the project. We have our gravel, and we also have our excavator rental. So this totals to a cost of $9,051. As a group, our recommendation is the third option, as it has the greatest long-term effects out of the 3 options we've provided, and once it is completed, it requires very little maintenance or future labor. So in conclusion, we've taken you through the case study. We've provided you with 3 possible solutions with cost breakdown, and we've given you our recommendation. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and here are our references.